And hello and welcome to Collecting History. Hope everyone's had a good day. Tonight it's all about Batman and a little bit of Robin. And like I say, tonight it's about Batman and a little bit of Robin. And I want to talk about some comic books I've actually shown before, but I want to talk a little bit of how they intertwine with one another, and also a whatnot auction that I won last week that just showed up today. And it's a real cool one too. Okay, so what this kind of comic book situation is for Batman and Robin, it's very unique. It's called the Prodigal. And basically it starts with the Batman comics, right? It then goes intertwined between that and you have some prodigal ones and they go back and forth. It's kind of interesting. Each of the comic books have like one, then one has two, then the other one has three, the other one four, so on like that. And then you have some, it's on the Shadow of the Bat. That is a very cool cover, by the way. Um, the next one, not necessarily in order, but I'm just showing you all. So the next ones would be like Detective Comics Batman. And there's some prodigal ones in these. So, like I say, it's intertwining back and forth. And so the next ones are these. Um, let's see, what did I just show you? Yep. All right. And then you got the Shadow of the Bat. That's a very cool cover. Some of those are on the Shadow of the Bats. Also, Robin. There you go. So it's kind of all intertwined between Shadow of the Bat, Batman Detective, and then the other one's just Batman, right? So it just kind of intertwines between them. You start with Batman, and I think it moves into Shadow of the Bat, then Detective Comics, and then Robin. So it just kind of intertwines back and forth. And if you didn't know how that worked out, you'd be very confused. But when I got these off of eBay, I mainly got them because I like the covers. The covers were really, really cool. And so I decided to get, this set of comics. I won an auction, and it's kind of like a last minute. Almost didn't do it, but when I decided to get it, it was mainly because of the covers, but it how it intertwines. And I've read one so far. There's a lot to read, but the first one is about how I'm not going to give it a lot of spoilers. Well, I don't do spoilers too much, but it kind of give you an idea where it starts. It starts with Batman, I think, more or less trying to find himself. So he leaves Gotham for a while. Robin, Dick Grayson, Nightwing at this time, comes in and takes over the mantle for a while, and he's got Tim Drake with, and they're just back and forth on all these different comics. So, again, if you've never seen these before, I think they'd be worth checking out. Like I say, I've read one so far, the first one, so I'm just going to interweave between them all. And so they came out, I guess, in just that type of series. So you would basically get the first one, which would be Batman, and then I think the next one was like Shadow of the Bat, and they would be in order like that. Now, I don't know exactly how they came out. It might have been a week after week. There might have been a new one or something. I don't know exactly, but anyway, the I do recommend getting these, if nothing else, for the covers. The covers are really cool, and that one I showed you, that I don't even know where I put it. Um, so I talked about this going on my wall, right? Um, I've got back here. I think I want to actually put it here on the side wall, and just kind of put little dividers up, and then let them be on the wall, line them up on the wall. And so this one will definitely be up there. I just, matter of fact, this one right here is a very cool one. All right. And that's actually number zero. So that really didn't have anything to do with the prodigal. This particular comic didn't, but the Shadow of the Bats do eventually have some. And there's other ones, but I got some Green Hornets I want to put up there, and some other comics. A lot of them are going to be key comics, so things I got that are key, and things like that. And but this one right here, that I'm going to show you is a Whatnot auction win, and I was on this Whatnot auction and just watching it, and he had some pretty cool bucks, but nothing that really. was something I would want to add to the collection. Like I mentioned before, I'm trying to get rid of some of these comics that I really didn't want in my collection because I'm just not a big fan of like Fantastic Four and all those. So just getting rid of those because they were just in a part of a collection that I purchased several years ago. So I'm like resetting or reworking my comic book collection. But this one popped up and nobody was bidding on it. And it's not like it's worth a ton of money, type of thing, but it is the first print. There's a second print with a red letter and a Batman on it, but this is Batman number 700, giant size anniversary issue. Man, it is cool. Now that sticker up top there, this is the plastic. So that's where it is. It's just on the plastic. It's not on the comic. Um, no one was bidding. Matter of fact, he had several nobody was really bidding on. They were really cool comics. Like I say, just but nothing I really wanted. And then that one popped up, and I was like, okay, so let's go with that. And I think I have maybe another one coming from Whatnot that I won, and then I got two coming from eBay that are Flash, and I'll show you those when they come in. But this here, when he put this one up for auction, and people were just like, no, 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 and he only had like maybe 15-second ticker, and just a few bucks, just a few bucks, and I thought that was a good deal to get. I couldn't pass that up as much as I like Batman and being the number 700, things like 300, Spider Man, and anything that has these like numbers like the 700, 500, 600, or whatever. They're cool to have, whether they're a key comic or worth anything or not. It's still cool to have those. I got, um, I think I have, yeah. So like the Fantastic Four 600 was in a set that like I say, when I purchased these comic books that I've got, the 600 was in there. 100-page 50th anniversary, 600 issue extravaganza. Really cool. Probably will hold on to those mainly because the cover on that's pretty cool, and it's a anniversary type thing, much like this, you know, giant size anniversary issue. So certain things like that I'll hold on to, but there's a lot of comic books I've got. I think I got like 15, 16 listings on eBay right now. And as soon as I can start moving those out and I want to start replacing with things I like, I do like Marvel to a certain degree. I do really enjoy their movies, things like that as well. It's not like it's not I don't like the movies. I've never been a big, huge Fantastic Four or X-Men fan. I'll probably catch hell from that for some people, but there's people who like those and don't care much for DC, and it's like vice versa. I'm a little more DC on that. Um, as I mentioned, Green Hornet's my favorite comic book character, but since he's Dynamite, he has no dog in that DC Marvel fight. But there's comic books that I got that I just don't really want anymore. And like I say, I'm gonna try to restart and move out some and add some in that I want to do. And hopefully I'll get that soon. I don't know when I'll actually start doing the wall thing here. I did talk about it in the last video, maybe about fall or maybe winter, possibly. Maybe started sooner. I don't know. But I've got to do some rearranging in the room. And I got two big long boxes of comics that I just need to downsize to shorter boxes. And so that way I have better room to store what my plan is. If I do put it on this wall here, that's that one. If I decide to put the comics display comics there, I want to have the comic books directly below it. So that means that all this stuff here, with my wrestling belts and Batman and all that is, all that'll have to shift over to my gaming center where I have the Xbox and stuff. So all this will have to shift, and then I can put the comic books on the floor, stack them up, and then above that have have the wall hanging comics that I want up there. Like I said, Key Comics or Green Hornets, and things like that. Covers that I really like Alex Ross covers and stuff like that from the JSA that I got I've showed before. So those will be on the wall. I don't know how high I'll go exactly with it. So, but I should get quite a few in a row just in that one area right there. I got to thinking about it a little bit after a little, when I was going to put it underneath about where the bat is here, but I figured if I can do that one section, plenty, and it'd be quite a bit. I think I can go above where the pictures are there, and just a little ways if I need to, just above maybe top of the door, and go that way, and get those put up there. But I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be cool to have them up like that. And again, I'm thinking about doing some Twitch stuff with Xbox, GTA 5, maybe some Red Dead 2, things like that, possibly soon. I've tried it in the past, but I'll try it again and see if it works out. I've run it a couple times, test drove it, however you want to get it. And I may do it again. I may want to get into doing gaming again. I don't know, but that'll be 3 channels. So I don't know that I will do that or not. But if I do, I'll let you know. And you can go to Twitch and check that out and all that. But anyway, so yeah, so there's the Batman that I talked about. Each of those comic books just run into each other. You just kind of read one, you go to the next one, and it intertwines. Killer Croc is the first big bad in it, I guess you could say, and it's a really really good one. So I'm really looking forward to reading all of these when I can, and watching the intertwining go between each of the Batmans and Robin, and just kind of see how. I think there's like 11 series out of that. So not every book in each of those, by the way. Like for instance, in this Robin, I think that's Robin. So like in the Robin here, okay, you got Prodigal right there. Um, this is another Prodigal. I want to say that one of these didn't. Let's see. Yeah, this one didn't. Okay, but it's a really really cool cover. But this one is the conclusion one, I think. Yeah, conclusion, the conflict. Yeah, and then it's number 14 after that, which is not a Prodigal one. So they're all like that. They all either have the Prodigal in them, some, and then not all the comics that's in them. But each of those series has a little bit of Prodigal and not. It's a little interesting how to explain that, I guess. But anyway, if you haven't checked them out, please do. I think the covers on them are absolutely cool. And I hope you enjoyed the 700 one I won. I did when I got it there. I was pretty excited to have it and add it to the collection. So I hope you all have a good rest of your day and or night whenever you're watching this. Until next time, God bless. We'll see you soon.